In the last few years, China has, as it's been looking at, been vacuuming space. They've been picking up space junk, space trash, literally going up there, capturing it, and discharging it so it falls into the Pacific. Why? As someone said, why is there planning to put up literally thousands of satellites up in that area and dominate around the planet, or counter, that thing? And it does something else in their training about cleaning up the space from the space junk. They're basically learning how to grab satellites or space junk out of the sky in space and destroy it, which means that they literally can intercept a U.S. satellite, military or otherwise, and crush it, or send it crashing into the atmosphere. Why would they do? Well, as I said, they're cleaning it up. They have also, what they have done is they have exploded on purpose rockets up there, which has produced big chunks of debris. They did one that was like 3,600 chunks up there, and so far only 500 come into the atmosphere. Why? Because it interferes with other countries' satellites. And could some of these have come close to the U.S. Russian space station? Ouch. You're traveling at 18,000, 20,000 miles an hour, and it crashes into the space station. There's no more space station. And you could punch a hole through those thin walls. Is China? Well, when China goes to war with the United States, if you read all their military technology, all their military literature, they are going to go to war with the United States when they take Taiwan. They have simply said it many times. They are going to go to war within the next couple years with the United States, and they're planning to defeat the United States from a dozen different fronts. One of them will be space. They will knock out all the U.S. satellite and communication satellites, which will also include other countries. And they already know, and they will put in, as their literature say, nuclear weapons into space. Well, what does that mean? Well, we can do the same thing. No, what very likely they will do is take a nuclear weapon and position it over the United States and explode it. What will that do? Produce an EMP effect. What will the EMP effect think? Blow out the circuitry in this laptop here. That thing. The lights will go off, the gas will go off, the water will go off. All the electronics in that thing that's not hardened against an EMP will burn out. So you may have tens of millions of U.S. cars sitting there. They're not moving. All your communications goes down. Won't it affect everything? Won't affect anything that has vacuum tubes in it. But it will affect everything else. My car becomes dead. It sits in the parking lot, collects rust. Well, North Korea, they said, will do the same thing. They will launch a nuclear weapon to explode over a country, wiping out all the integrated circuits in it, and basically put the country back pre-industrial, pre-steam engine. How's that? Pre-coal. And if they do it in the wintertime, boop, What would happen then? I'm quite sure that somewhere in the West will launch an ICBM against, of course, they have high powerful megawatt lasers for that same reason. High, very possible microwave jammers. I mean, really big dishes. And they look at these things and say, what do they do? They're not receiving radio signals. No, they're not. You go over there and they have these great big dishes, and what are they for? Knocking out satellites. That's what they're for. Knocking out electronics and aircrafts. They're producing a microwave signal that's powerful enough to do some major damage. As I said, China is a growing threat. Yeah, and they plan to use their they plan to use cyber warfare. Cyber warfare, how will you know? Everything is, all the computers become confused. Everything goes down. You know you have a war. I wonder if Donald Trump's computers be effective, since he's a great friend of President Putin. I don't know.